Hey there, Troy Muise, Salesboom, Cloud CRM. Listen, I want to talk to you a bit about differentiation and how to differentiate your product. There's a theory out there that says all products or services will become a commodity over time. And I do believe in that. I mean, really, at the end of the day, things become equalized. There's a certain set of features or functions that are good enough that people will buy into. So being able to distinguish between multiple products becomes difficult. So at the end of the day, it becomes really important to differentiate yourself, your brand, your offering, and find yourself a way to survive in between the cracks of others. So as an example, we sell cloud CRM software. So the leader in that space is Salesforce, and they're a massive Goliath. They're the fastest growing company in the history of the world. They're the first .com to be listed on the New York Stock Exchange. They're building the largest building ever built in San Francisco as we speak. So they're the massive, 600-pound gorilla in the room. And here we are, a small cloud CRM vendor trying to compete. We're the David to their Goliath. As it turns out, though, we're the second oldest cloud CRM vendor in the world. But not many people would know that because, Salesforce, my competitor, they make $10 billion a year in revenue, and then they go and spend 65 to 75% of that revenue right out the door again in sales and marketing to convince you that they are the best and you should renew with them every year, because this is a renewals business. So at the end of the day, there's no room to be number one. So the David versus Goliath in today's world, where you're dealing with multinationals through the power of the internet, even a startup can compete with multinationals. And in fact, that's the way of the world. Disruption is the name of the game, and the internet enables that. So at the end of the day, if you find yourself a David against a Goliath, at the end of the day, what I would say to you is differentiation is important. And the reason it's important is because, if there only ever was one brand in the world, there would never be a second or a third or a fourth. So by definition, if you're not number one, that's okay, because there can only ever be a number one. To be a number two or a number three or a number four or a number five, that's great. The question is how to be the number two or three or four or five. Why are there five choices instead of four? Over time, companies consolidate. So one company will buy another company and another one will go out of business. So there ends up only being a few competitors left at the end of the day. Maybe a handful, maybe only 3 to 5. Why is that? Well, the truth of the matter is because the market will only support a number of competitors, won't it? So if you don't differentiate yourself appropriately, you'll find you're one of those vendors that are no longer around to be one of the top 5 when the dust clears. So 15 years later of being the David to Salesforce Goliath, I can tell you this is true. And it's hard to find out what is your differentiators. You have to go through a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of, putting it out there, trying it with customers, trying and failing and learning and changing and being agile. So a few things we did at Salesboom to help make sure we constantly are differentiating ourselves is to build innovation into the DNA of the company. So we update our software quarterly. Maintenance is included and upgrades are included. When you subscribe to Salesboom Cloud CRM, you get the software plus the update. You don't have to worry about extra costs clogging you down. With these cloud CRM endeavors these days, the biggest costs are coming from setting up, implementing, migrating data, training end users. It's the services surrounding the software that cost all the money and take all the time. So what we did was we developed a program called the Fast Track program. The Fast Track program is an all-inclusive, one-time fee, fixed cost, all-you-can-eat system for setting up, migrating your data, customizing the CRM, rolling out and training the end users. And we are the only vendor that offers this, and it's a huge differentiator. The last differentiator really that is of note is that we have a built-to-suit model, meaning if you come to us and you want a custom feature or a custom integration, we'll integrate it and build it as part of the offering. And that's always been the way it is here at Salesboom. That way, the customer comes to us, we listen to them, we build it for them, and they enjoy it as a competitive differentiator of their own. And it's something that none of our competitors offer. So these combination of offerings is how we've been able to differentiate ourselves, and our customers love it, and it really resonates. And so that, at the end of the day, is the definition of customer relationship management. If you can set up a business where you have a product, you listen to your customers, you change it accordingly, you sell it at a fair and honest price and serve it appropriately, you differentiate yourself adequately, you give good customer experience. These are what it takes these days. These are the skills that it takes these days to have a successful business. And trying to manage all that without a CRM system or some sort of customer management system to keep it all together and on one page in real time in the world of the internet is to me strange. I find it odd that companies don't understand that this technology is out there, but that's why we're doing these videos, to get the word out there. So this technology is available today. It's in fact available in a free trial. So I'd encourage you to sign up today. Have a great day.